Hello everyone. In this session, we're going to discuss about interrupts. So what is meant by interrupts? So initially, processor will execute many number of instructions. So in the middle of executing any of the instruction, it may get any external signals. So it may get signal from any external devices. External devices may also ready to perform some of the operations. So the processor has to respond to the external devices when it is executing any other part of the instruction. So this particular signal which is provided by the external devices is nothing but interrupts. So this could be any hardware signal. So this hardware signal will be sent from the external devices, that is the input-output devices, to the processor. So processor has to respond to the I/O devices in order to perform any I/O operation. So what is I/O operation? It may actually wait to perform any transfer operation. So any transfer operation takes place between the I/O devices and the memory or any kind of internal devices in the system. Or it may intimate to the processor that it completes its I/O operation. So it may also give the intimation to the processor. So that intimation is said to be the interrupts. So whenever processor executing any of the instruction, while executing that instruction, it may get the hardware signal, that is nothing but interrupts. So let us see what are all the terms that we could use in this interrupt concept. First one is interrupt request line, interrupt service routine. Next one is interrupt acknowledgement. So what is this interrupt request line? So whenever the I/O devices are ready to perform any I/O operation, it will send the interrupt request line to the processor. So whenever the processor receives the interrupt request line, it has to respond to the I/O devices. So it should execute that interrupt service program. That interrupt service program, which is nothing but interrupt service routine. So after receiving this request line, it has to respond to that I/O devices by sending this interrupt acknowledgement. So it sends this acknowledgement lines to the interrupt program, that is I/O devices, in order to intimate that it is going to respond to that interrupt program. It is going to execute that interrupt program. So we will discuss one example here. So it is a very simple example. So here we have two subroutine programs. So the first one is compute routine. So this is actually currently executing by the CPU, that is a processor. And this display routine is nothing but interrupt program. Say for example, this is nothing but interrupt program. So processor, you all know about processor will execute the instruction sequentially. So one by one it is executing all the instruction that is given in this subroutine, that is compute routine program. So when it is executing this I instruction, at the time if it is getting any of the interrupt signal, okay, it has to handle that interrupt signal. So it will handle that interrupt signal in two ways. First one, it will stop its current execution and it will respond to that interrupt program. It means what? It will execute this interrupt program. After completion of this interrupt program, it will come back to the original program. The second way is, it will not stop its current execution. It completes its current execution. So whatever the instruction it is executing currently, it will complete that particular instruction, but it will not fetch the next instruction. Before fetching the next instruction, it has to respond to this interrupt program. So it will transfer the control to the interrupt service routine and it will execute this particular interrupt program, and afterwards the control will be returned back to the original program. So these are all the two ways of handling the interrupts. So here, next one is types of interrupts. So first one, external interrupt, internal interrupt, then software interrupt. So what is external interrupt? External interrupt means, so just now we discussed about this example. This is the good example for external interrupt. So if you are getting any of the interrupt from the external devices that is not actually connected with the system, that could be any of the hardware signal or external signal, that is nothing but external interrupt. What is internal interrupt? Internal interrupt means when we are executing any of the subroutine program, subroutine. So while executing that subroutine, in the middle of executing that subroutine program, you may get any error. So for example, if you are computing this instruction but it is not computing that operation properly and it will not provide the correct result, so you may get any of the error. For example, if you are doing any divide operation, so if you are dividing by 0, for example, if you are while executing this instruction, if you are getting such kind of error, then that is nothing but internal interrupt. Processor will not proceed the execution, it will stop if it gets any internal interrupt. Internal interrupt means the processor will be interrupted not by any external devices. Within the same program, if it gets any interrupt signal, then that is nothing but internal interrupt. Next type is software interrupt. So what is actually software interrupt? So far we discussed about only the hardware signals that is actually provided, and these two hardware signal, which is nothing but considered as the external interrupt or internal interrupt. Software interrupt means you may get the chance of you may have the chance of getting any software signals to be produced. Software signal means any OS program has to be executed. So it is already predefined. OS program, which is nothing but the system programs. So if the processor has to execute those system programs, then if it may get some software signals, and that is actually predefined one. It is not given by any external users, and those signals will be considered as the software interrupt, and the processor, whatever it is doing currently, it will stop all those operations, and afterwards it will respond to that software interrupt. These are all the three types of interrupts. So next one, the very important term in this interrupt concept is interrupt latency. So what is this interrupt latency? So as I told, two ways for handling the interrupt. So one is it will stop this instruction execution, it will respond to the interrupt, and afterwards it will execute this instruction. Another way is it will complete this operation, it will complete the particular instruction, whatever it is executing, afterwards it will respond to the interrupt. So if you are going with the second method, so what happens there will be one time period in between the interrupt request line sent by the IO devices and the interrupt program will be executed by the processor. So in between these two process, there will be one time period, and that time period is nothing but interrupt latency. So if we have long interrupt latency, that will not be accepted. Okay. The next one, if you are getting more number of interrupts, that is how it will handle more number of interrupts simultaneously. At the same time, if you are getting more number of interrupts, then how the processor can handle all those interrupts? That is nothing but infinite loops. So how to overcome this infinite loops? First, it will ignore all other interrupt signals while it is executing any of the interrupt service routine. Second method is it will disable all other interrupt request line, and the third one is special interrupt request line will be sent to the processor in order to execute any of the interrupt service routine. So if it gets more number of interrupts by the devices, then how it will handle all those interrupts? In these three methods it can handle. The next one is how to handle in multiple devices. So if you have multiple devices that is actually connected with the processor, how can we handle the multiple devices? First, we may get several number of questions in handling the multiple devices. So whether the processor will handle all the devices at the same time, or it may have any other technique to follow to handle the multiple devices, or while it is executing any of the interrupt service routine, so it may get the another interrupt. So when will it shift over to the another interrupt? So many types of questions may arise while handling multiple devices. So before discussing this multiple device, so let me tell you about the sequence of events. So how it will execute the interrupt program, that is processor. So initially